G'day and welcome back to Duckzorly Gaming and our Let's Play series on The Valley, the Old Farm, a map by Black Sheep Modding, and we are playing through with the Seasons mod. So, obviously we're continuing on in our very dreary day 5 of late autumn. Getting close to winter, but we've got a bit of work to do. We've still got our corn crops to pull in, and we've got the remainder of this crop to harvest as well. So without mucking about, we're just going to get straight into it because we want to get it all done in a timely manner. So we've got basically today and tomorrow, game day wise, to get it up and running. Alright. So we just got this field here to do. We've also got the fields up north to do, the 24, 25, 26. They won't be a high priority field. If they have to be sacrificed, they will be. But we'll see how we go. The priority is to finish this field, then we're going to get our cornfields done, and then if we get a chance to get those last couple of fields done up north, then we'll certainly go and do those. But at the moment, we certainly have to look at what are our priority crops, and getting the corn definitely is, because that's what's going to make us probably the most significant amount of money in the shorter term at this point in time. So that's what we'll be looking for. Because now we've actually bought our extra fields with our little bonus windfall of our gold find. We aren't in the need of more equipment, because the equipment we've got at the moment I think is more than sufficient. But what we are in need of is some money so we can start getting some more animals. Particularly we want to stock up on a lot more sheep, and then move into the cows business, into the dairy business. So that's the plan. I don't think we're going to go to the pigs. I think we might just use those fields, like particularly the pig paddock, just as a grass field. That's, I mean, things may change. We may end up getting some pigs, but yeah, for the moment we'll just concentrate on the sheep, and then when we're in a position that we can branch out, we'll then look at getting some cows and starting up the dairy. Alright, so I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is, I'm recording this on Sunday the 26th of February, along with about another 8 or so episodes I've recorded today. Not just of this series, but of other series and stuff. Well, actually not today, but over the course of the last couple of days, I should say. You should see this one probably sort of late-ish March, I would imagine. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Sorry, 25th of February. Losing track of days. Alright. So once we finish this, we'll then be moving our combine back over to the farm. We sold one of the tractors off, and we've been able to purchase 2 cheapish corn headers. That's why we dropped our money just a little bit. We had to dive into the funds a bit. We didn't quite have enough money to cover the purchase with the sale of the other tractor, but we've got enough at the moment that we should be okay. But most importantly, we can have both harvesters out there working on the cornfields and get those in as quickly as we possibly can. Now you can hear my dog sneezing and carrying on. It's because I've been working on a little project at home, stripping back a solid wood TV cabinet and giving it a coat of paint to match the new lounge and everything else that's coming for the lounge room, our main lounge room or living room. And yeah, so the smell of the paint is driving her a bit bonkers. It's not doing me much good either, to be honest. But anyway, the joys of semi-gloss paint. Alright. Now, we could have just used the hired hand to get this done, but I figured it was just as easy for us to do it. We'll probably use the hired hand. Well, actually, no, we'll use the two combines for both cornfields. We'll put one of them in a follow me, so we'll have a hired hand driving the second combine, and that way we can maximise our harvest time instead of having them on two separate fields, like using horseplay for one. And then I don't have to worry about having two separate tractors and trailers and all that sort of set up for the different fields, all that sort of guff. So yeah, maximise the productivity and the harvesting of one field and then move everything over to the next field and so on and so forth. The only thing about these combines and some of this equipment, I do miss having my my Caterpillar combine that does 30 kilometres an hour. It does make this a bit of a yawn fest, hence why I just yawned. But I mean, as I said, I'm still enjoying it. I'm actually having a good time with this series, really enjoying it. So we shan't just go and buy the biggest, the best and the fastest. I mean, there will come a time in this series where we do start upgrading our equipment, but we would have had to have had a significant amount of cash injection from selling crops or wool or whatever else, and it certainly won't be, I mean, we certainly won't have the money just to go jump ahead and buy like 5 Xerion 5000s and 2 or 3 biggest combines, all that sort of stuff. So it'll be piece by piece, and it'll have to be a little bit strategic. So like for instance, the first purchase will obviously be probably a bigger tractor. Tractor's got a bit more horsepower, and then probably the most likely candidate after that will be a bigger plough, probably something like my nice big John Deere plough, to maximise or to minimise the amount of time we've got to spend ploughing fields. So just those two in their own will save us a huge amount of time. Then probably looking at perhaps looking at an AR truck or something like that with a bit higher capacity in the tipper. Also, obviously for water, all that sort of stuff. So what we can be doing there is, if we buy an AR truck, we can buy the AR modules for it, and thereby replace some other equipment, and just be using the one truck to actually do all those functions. So instead of just taking a tractor and hooking up different trailers, you just put different modules on the back of the truck and away you go, and Bob's your uncle, so to speak. So that's probably a reasonable upgrade as well. And for that we're talking about 150,000 thereabouts, I think, for the truck and a couple of modules. So like for instance, the tippers we're using here have got, I think now they've got I think we're at 18,000 litres, I think, was it? 20,000? The tipper, or the top end tipper on the AR, pardon me, is oh, pardon me, is 30,000 litres. So I mean, you've got one truck and tipper doing the job of a tractor and 2 trailers that we're currently using. So it's just things like that. So it won't just be whimsical, buying everything all out sort of thing, and that it'll be very strategic, thought out. Well, I'd like to think strategic and well thought out purchases. Obviously, you'll let me know if they weren't thought out purchases. And in fact, what I might do is I might just put it open to the viewers, like effectively make polls. Do some polls on the Facebook page, and just and get your input, and then you can sort of help shape the way of the series, like as in what equipment we do buy when we buy it, and all that sort of stuff. So to get a little bit more interaction, seeing as we unfortunately can't stream, so therefore our interaction is limited to just the comments. So yeah, so that's what we'll look at doing. But we're a mile off doing any of that yet. We've still only got our $32,000, so we're a bit way off from looking at doing any major upgrades for the moment. Alright, so there's a little bit left up there, we're not going to worry about that. I'll extend out the pipe and we'll go and offload this, and then we'll be taking the tractor trailer and the combine back up to the farm, swap over the headers, dump the contents of the trailers, and then we shall head off to the cornfields. So the cornfields we'll be doing are fields 60, 70, 71, I think. Let's just go and have a look. Definitely 60, 70. 60, 70, 65, no, 71 we've already harvested, haven't we? Yeah. 60, 70 is corn, 24 is corn, and 65 or 65, 65 is corn as well. So we've got those three fields to harvest. We've also got some no, haven't got any grass fields, no. So we're all good there. We can always just go and cut some grasses bordering the fields if we need to fill up on some grass. But we do need to fertilise our grass fields. That's one thing we should be doing. Let's just have a look at our, as I pressed the wrong key, our seasons mod map. So we've got the opportunity to plant and harvest grass at the moment. I'm not going to do any more now until basically spring, summer. So probably wouldn't hurt to get a level of fertilisation on the grass fields if we can. Alright. So we'll just bring him up here. We'll get the tractor to follow on. Okay, and away we go. We'll head back to the farm now. Watching out for the traffic. He's probably going to collect the trailer. Yep. Probably our fault a little bit. We pulled out on the low end of the rise. So we'll go and help him out a bit. All right. Should put the old beacons on, I suppose, especially in this weather. Alright, try that again. So I've checked to see what our stocks are like now with all our crops. We're probably in a position where we can probably, particularly over winter, some of our crops should be at a bit of a high point for sales. So those that are will definitely make the most of that, and we'll sell them off. I am going to have to go look for a seed master or equivalent. I want to be able to produce our own seeds. So that's another piece of equipment that we do want to buy. So let's see if we can get hold of one of those. So if you know of where I can get one of those, a placeable version, let me know in the comments, because I'm buggered if I can remember seeing them anywhere. I know Stevie uses them on his maps, on every map pretty much. Well, I certainly haven't seen them as a placeable, and I'm assuming they're probably not available as a placeable, which is a bit of a bummer. But anyway, we'll have to see what we can do. Heading back towards the farm now. Very dreary day. So it's been like this all day basically. So we'll have to drop off the combine and its header in the front lot of sheds here, and then we'll get the AI worker to park the tractor, and I'll offload that in a minute. And then we need to go up and collect our corn headers and start on field 60, which is here off to our right hand side. Now, right, so we'll put the headers in here, I think. Let's see if we can fit them in here. Which we can. Alright, so we'll lower him, disconnect. Alright, so I'll take him back up to the farm, in through the back of the farmyard, and we'll find our corn header and get this guy ready to go. He's not in need of fueling at the moment, so we're okay there. And I think he might clear through here. Maybe. Touch and go. Oh, by the skin of its teeth. Alright, so here's our corn headers, which we had delivered for us. Let's hope we ordered the right ones. Alright. So he's ready to go. So I'll bring him around here and just get him ready there. Shut off his engine, and we'll just go and offload the tractor with its canola. Then we'll have to see what we've got in the amount of crops. So it's nice having that big information board out there now. We can quite easily go and just see what we've got instead of going in and checking the level of each of the silo bins. There's a little bit left in that other one. Okay. Alright. We'll go around this way. So we've still got plenty of bales stored up there, so we're certainly not going to be short of food. In fact, I've now mentioned that, before I forget, yeah, no, they're okay at the moment. I just had this horrible feeling that I hadn't fed them for a couple of days. And we all know that Farmer client will be on my back if I kill any more animals. Alright, so I'll just take the shortcut through there. I just want to come back up the farm and just see how much we have got in the way of our crops. Okay, so we've got just shy of 80,000 wheat, 55,000 barley, 52,000 canola, plenty of straw and lots of grass. Okay. Grass isn't really going to help us other than the biogas, so I'm guessing we can get a lot of grass at the biogas and get that going. Which is effectively why we've got those Massey Ferguson trailers there ready to go. They're for delivering grass up to the biogas. So, alright, what we'll do is we'll set this guy up. Actually, we can just park in here. It doesn't really need to be. No. He doesn't need to come down to field 60 initially. So we'll just grab the other combine and swap over headers. Alright. So I'll put this header in here with the other one. Now see if I just fluked getting it in here last time. No, must have been by design. I'll lower him off. Disconnect. There we go. Get the corn header and then we can get started on the corn. Now we'll get started. We won't get it all done because we're getting close to the end of this episode now anyway. But we can certainly get it started, that's for sure. I just see some strobe lights on those headers. I have to have a look. Alright, connect him up. Now they're a very modern corn header in comparison to the actual combine, but beggars can't be choosers. We couldn't grab anything brand new. No, it was just the way the headlights came through it. Okay. Alright. So we're going to put him after that. We're going to actually open him up ready to go. Alright, let's go. For older equipment, this stuff still gets around quite well, so yeah, we're more than happy to continue using this stuff. Getting the header, the only thing is now we're using a header that's a lot bigger than what the combine is designed to use. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, other than the fact that it is going to fill up the bin very quickly. Alright, so let's get prepped here so we can turn straight in. So we'll unfold our header. While he's unfolding, get over here. He can unfold his. Start him up ready. Now, I need to check to see what size header they were. I think they were a 6 metre. 6 metre, right. So, setting for 5.5. The reason I do that when I'm doing these ones is just to make sure I don't miss any. It gets a bit more even coverage. Alright. There we go. Okay, just we didn't see that. That tree made it more of a pain than anything. So we're going to go in cab for this first run. I may or may not be able to judge it even better than being outside a cab, but we'll pass judgment once we've finished. Now, the other problem we're going to have too, now I think of it, is being such a long field, we don't want to get caught halfway through, especially on these first initial runs, or the initial run, with a full combine, because then we're not going to be able to get the tractor and trailer through here without damaging some of the crop. So I have to be mindful of that as I go way off course there. It looks like we should be alright. We might get one full lap done before we have to empty, which would be ideal. Coming to the end now. And there we have it. So we'll turn in there. Oh, it didn't seem to be so bad. Bit of a elevation there to get up. Now I know it's going to be messy. I don't really want to have to look at it coming back. But it is what it is. And as we're going to run into the fence, I had a feeling I might do that. Hopefully I might be able to stop the other combine doing it. We'll see how he goes. I think he turned alright. So, alright, we'll continue down. So we're about halfway full. So that's not too bad actually. We're not too bad out with that. That's not going to be too bad at all. But yeah, I don't want to see what it's like at the other side because it's going to be a bit of a mess. Might just stay in cab the whole thing. No problem. It's a lot harder to tell where the end of the field is with the corn. And while it's very slow being outside a cab, as you can see, being in cab, certainly not as slow, the perception of it not being as slow. So your reaction time has to be pretty much spot on. Okay. So here we are. So I'll grab those and tidy those up a little bit. So hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah. I could live with that, I think. That's the only thing with the bigger combines with the bigger headers. You just, I've personally find you just can't do this because you don't have any idea of where your header is. So it's really not ideally situated for in-cab driving. But as you can see, while I'm probably not doing the greatest job, I am able to stick to the edge and do what I would say is a relatively good job of collecting the harvest. So what we'll do is, since we're almost full, we'll, as I've just deviated because I wasn't concentrating on what I was doing, when we've filled up the combines, we'll go get the tractor, and as we're offloading we'll do our sign off, and then we'll return. And as we can see, I wasn't quite as good as I thought it was because he got caught up. Alright, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to drive this guy through. So now he would actually do a better job. So that wasn't too bad of a job, if I don't say so myself. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I know you can all beat me up and tell me it was rubbish, but I'm relatively happy with that. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll take this guy around to the other combine, then we'll grab the tractor and we'll unload. That's definitely going to take us over time with our normal video length or what we like to do, but in fact, no, we won't. What we'll do is we'll do that in the next episode. I'll do another episode straight after this, and we'll just get straight into it. So, thanks very much for joining us. Press the like button if you liked the episode. Press the dislike button if you didn't. And if you're not already a subscriber, please press that subscribe button and see if we can get above 300, which is our next goal, which we're very close to. And apart from that, have a wonderful night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I said it all jumbled then. Look after your loved ones, and we shall see you next time we're back here on the Valley of the Old Farm. Until then, see you later. Bye.